The question that stares us in the face is not when tomorrow comes, but if it is to come. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, honorable guests, and my dear friends, my humble namaste to all of you. I warmly wish you a good evening. The morrow, even if it comes, would be disastrous and at best fragile. We, the young blood, are the citizens of world today and architects of tomorrow. I take this opportunity, an uncommon event, for utterance of the voice of the youth on the somber issue of global climate crisis. There are more ways than one of considering any issue. In one, appreciation of the matter at hand and all-inclusive efforts would seem to be required that would run through the whole gamut of reaching of an international consensus. The fixing of responsibility individually and severally. Responsibility which forces polluters to pay for what they have done and which aims that earth would be safe and livable for centuries and generations to come. But there is this interesting way of looking at it. We call it the youth way. The youth way over international cooperation suggests that we must look at climate change as an opportunity so that we can convert all our responsibilities into golden opportunities. Opportunities which are common to all yet sustainable at nature. Opportunities which not only make the polluters pay but build a bilateral corridor for the developed and the developing nations. Opportunities which are sure to keep the earth green and so that the future generations do not curse us. This will happen when we act globally and we recognize that the effect of climate change is across the borders, across the time. The blame game over who is the culprit and who has to do what is not getting us anywhere, the reason that the earth and not just the nation itself faces the climate change. Blaming one another does not change the fact that people have to leave their homelands and farmlands to save themselves against the rising sea levels, and people at the another part of the land of world have to adapt to these migrations. Climate change demands a revolutionary way of thinking. The ethical aspect of climate change include a huge variety of considerations that ranges from matters as small as our lifestyles to as huge and subtle as the international bodies which frame and draw the laws for all the nations. Each individual, system and country must realize that it is their activities which are responsible for the huge magnitude of climate change and must take up the accountability and must share the burden. But we'll be glad to know that we have various tools to overcome this. One such tool is education. Education, as we know, leaves an everlasting impression on young minds. And since this impression is forever, it depends on us whether this would be footprints or handprints. Green technology is another tool to which youth can easily relate. And green technology can evolve as a tool for mitigation and adaptation as well. We would like to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, whether we can get a guarantee that earth will be livable in form and beauty, because when we ask a simple question to ourselves, how old will I be in 2050? I will be in my 60s, early 60s. We realize that we'll be here right on the Mother Earth, and it depends on us how we take our future. And this is the exact reason why youth participate so much in Earth Charter 2010. Because it is our future which is at stake, and it is we who would be here, and we are ready to face this and act now. If we want the tree to grow taller and the fruits to be sweeter, the roots need to go deeper. The clock is ticking, act now so that the dawning of tomorrow is something we can all look forward to. Thank you.